Hello, everybody. My name is still loading, but that's not the point today. Welcome to Crescendo of the Blood Moon, my favorite quest of all times. I'm joined here by Phaseless, who is second place for the any percent category, and me.
This loser.
Yeah. So in today's video, we're basically going to go over all the skips, glitches, and tricks you can use throughout Crescendo. So if you want to start speedrunning Crescendo or stuff like that, this video will be definitely useful for you because we're going to explain almost, I'm not going over every single, but we're going to explain almost all the skips that are going to help you boost your run, help you throughout the game, help you improve and practice these skips. So basically, throughout this entire video, you're going to be a master after this. So hopefully I see someone get sub 12 after watching this. Right, Phaseless?
Yeah, that seems very reasonable.
Alright, without further ado, let's just get right into the video. Alright, the reason I stopped this video is because I do have a requirement you must learn in order to perform any of these skips. You must know how to wall clip and glitch walk. That's essential to performing any of the skips you're about to watch. There is another trick you'll have to learn, but we're going to teach that in this video. Alright, I'm going to pause the video. Sorry. Starting off, we got getting double whips in Crescendo. Double whips are the major glitch in the game for getting such fast times. Right. So to get double whips, it's actually there's been a glitch that's happened in this game. Basically, when bow glitch appeared, there was also another glitch that appeared to allow you to take stuff from rooms very easily. Basically, this is what you do: you start the game. You don't grab the stuff. You don't have to. You can grab it if you want to, but you don't. Yeah.
Just don't go too far away from the whips.
So right as the game starts, just spam grab. Boom. Now you got double whips. Man, I love my loading times. But there. Now you have 2 whips, and you can speedrun Crescendo. You have 1. Pathetic.
I have 1.
Also, I don't know why I didn't explain this later on in the video, but the thing with double whips, every time you enter like a new sub-room for the game, well, I don't know if it's sub-room, just a new area, like a new act, your whips will end up dropping because the game will notice that you have 2 whips and it'll basically just say no. So usually a note to take in is just spam grab like your hips, because you can holster your whips on your hips, so sometimes your whips will like fall near there or they'll equip to your hip. So, yeah, that's a little note to take in every time you go to a new sub-room. It's not too hard to catch it. Just make sure you don't, like, run away from your double whip. Just spam grab with both hands and hope you grab it. And that's usually what I do when I'm speedrunning.
Welcome to the first level of Crescendo. This is basically a burning town. We're all gonna die. So welcome to the first skip. This first skip is very simple. It's literally just parkour. Anybody can do this. Even screen modes can pull this off. So if screen modes can pull this off, you can if you're on VR. But yeah, it's very straightforward. So what you're going to do, I'm going to put you on my POV. So as you can see, I'm right here. My streamer cam for some reason still there. We're going to go, so there's where you start. You come down this ramp, you're going to just go kill all these guys over here. Also, if you hear Phaseless in the background, he is explaining something else, so you'll see that in a second. So, over here, you kill all the guys, and what you're going to do is come up to this hay bale. You really don't have to jump on here, but I recommend it. You jump on the street, clamber. Boom. Then you clamber on here. Then you jump up here. Then jump on the very tip. It must be the very tip. Jump anywhere else right here. You're not gonna be able to make the jump. Once you're on the very tip, there.
Yeah, you kind of have to get past
Oh,
this
he
hole.
started it. Alright, so once you've jumped from here to here, all it is just a matter of running down there, where Phaseless is killing everything right now. And that's it. That's tree skip.
Hi.
Now, Phaseless will be explaining how you do the second skip of skipping this entire level.
Okay, so the first skip I'm going to teach you guys is, I don't know what it's called. I just kind of call it weird wall skip. There's not really a good angle I can give you guys, so I just gotta go into a perspective, and there's loading. Oh, he needs the pad. As I was saying, basically from this wall to like halfway to the invisible barrier here, between like this segment of the wall, you can just glitch walk straight through. So as you can see, if I glitch walk into the corner over here, if it gets you in the corner, it launches you back and up a little bit, and you get pushed through the wall, glitch walk through, and you'll, you know, continue your way back to pad. The faster way to do it is go halfway to the wall and start glitch walking into it, and as you can see, it doesn't push you back and push you up, it pushes you straight through. So then you just gotta glitch walk over the house cardboard cutout, and then you can start walking and continue to kill all the skellies, and then yeah, that's basically all that skip has.
Alright, welcome to the next part of Act 1. So you guys are probably wondering, hey, there shouldn't be that many skips in Act 1. Well, actually, there's a decent amount. There's one you can use for glitchless, which is very useful, because this does save a decent amount of time. And there's one for S+, which I use for pretty much all my S+ runs. So first off, we're going to start off with just jumping over the house in general. So this is commonly seen in S+ and glitchless. You can use this in S+ and glitchless, I'm trying to say, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to say stuff. So once you complete the second part of Act 1, you basically, so I'm going to put you in my POV. So right as you complete this part, when you get to this pad, you got to make sure you unlock this, because both skips are not going to work if you don't. So once this is unlocked, the first one, which is going to be for S+ and glitchless, you can jump onto this box, jump onto here, you can jump onto the roof, and run to where Phaseless is, and you can start the next wave. And yes, you can do this for glitchless, I think. It's not really glitching anything, you're just doing some parkour. So I guarantee this is allowed for glitchless. Now for the next part, so once you enter this house, I always use this for S+ because it is slightly faster. Some people probably will disagree, but I think it's slightly faster. You can actually clip through this window, but for some people it is hard because Smooth Turn likes to be weird and not let you through. But you can do like lag strats, like stuff like that. So if you really want to, you can use that to get out of here and it'll still work. But what I do is I just glitch walk, and boom, I'm through the window. And I can start killing these guys. Alright, so that's all the skips for Act 1. So, there's probably a few more. You guys can probably think of it. If you do have some, you can tell me. I don't care. But now we're going to be moving on to Carriage. Alright, welcome to Carriage. There is literally no skips on here. I just wanted to take you here just to show you that we're going through this. Also, all the guys are spawning. So we're gonna just skip straight to Castle Ground, and we're not gonna worry about this level, so get out of here! Alright, welcome to Castle Ground. Castle Ground is actually one of my favorite levels, mainly because it does actually require skill to play. It's one of the only levels that, if you do really well on it, you're gonna get a really good time. So, that's basically Act 1 through Act 3, actually. So, yeah, Castle Ground is really great. But I'm going to be showing you a skip that allows you to skip most of the enemies. This is usually used for duos and trios, mainly because it's slower for solos. The reason why it's slower for solos is actually kind of a long explanation. I'll try to explain it as best as possible. So basically, when you're doing solos, you mainly rely on killing the last two wolves. So the last two wolves that spawn by the gate right over there. Those two wolves are basically the key to unlocking the gate. If you do the skip, you still kill those last two wolves, and they spawn at the same exact time. So basically when you do the skip compared to doing it normally, both those two wolves will still spawn at the exact same time. So it all depends on how fast you can get through the gate. So which one is faster? Touching pad and going through, or clipping through a wall and glitch walking for a little bit and going through? The first one. So yeah, that's basically why the skip's not seen in solos. It's seen in duos and trios. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Phaseless explain some of it, and then I'm gonna explain probably the rest of it. All right, so coming in, this is where the start is. That's where you're gonna usually spawn over. We're gonna come over here. There's gonna be a couple guys, one right there, one over there. You take them out. Then there's gonna be a bellhopper right there, and 2 pumpkin spices that spawn here. Make sure you kill them, but don't walk past this pillar. Or whatever, these stakes. You can't walk past them because they'll spawn in all those guys, and that's what we don't want. So what you're going to do is you're going to hang back here, defeat them right here, and you're going to climb this wall right here. And it's pretty easy to climb it. But usually some people will actually get stuck, like they can't just do that right away. Sometimes they'll get stuck. So what I always recommend is just walk up to it, clamber onto the bottom one, then clamber onto this one. And it always works. 100% of the time, it'll always work. But usually some people like to just jump onto it and do that, which is faster but inconsistent. But that's the first part. Alright, so once you've gotten on top of this wall, you'll notice that nothing is spawning right now until you cross this border right here, or a partner of yours crosses this border right here. So basically, right when you get up this wall, you're going to have to go through this wall right over here. You can't go around, or otherwise all the guys will spawn. Remember, you're basically running across. You're running very close to a boundary. You don't want to pass this boundary, or otherwise, well, the skip's not going to work. So what you're going to do is jump over this wall. The easiest way I found to jump over this wall is you actually can just jump and lean forward. And that's all it takes. Hello. It doesn't take a lot of skill to actually clear that wall, so you can just perform it no problem. Alright, so once you've gotten over this wall, remember, you got to just basically stay in a straight line. Usually what I like to do is just jump over this coffin, because I just like to take it safe. I don't like to go around because I'm afraid I'm going to probably spawn on all the guys. You can go around as long as you're basically hugging this side. Otherwise, you're going to spawn on all this.
So this is the other part of Castle Grounds. Also, a real tip, you can drop the whip that you can't holster. The whip you can holster is the one that duplicates. So as long as you holster one of the whips on Carriage, and then make sure it's not holstered in between the axe, it will always duplicate. So there's a little tip there. Now, the trick I'm going to show you, or the skip actually, has to do with this wall. I don't know if it's called, probably wall skip. Castle Ground skip, I think, is actually what it's fully called. But basically, this entire wall, as long as you are glitch walking through this wall, it takes about 3 to 5 glitch walks, like spins in total. If you're like doing spins like this, if you're doing those type of spins, it takes 3 to 4. I don't know how long it does if you go side to side. I don't know how long that one does. But all you do is just glitch walk through it. You'll get pushed into the invisible wall, and then eventually be able to walk. So I will show you. I just go up against this wall. I start glitch walking. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. You can walk as soon as you're kind of in, like, near the edge. That's what I do. Just because it allows me to start walking instantly, or running, actually, instantly. But I believe you could run over there and then spawn those back guys, I believe. But I'm not sure. But yeah, that's literally all this skip has to do. Then another little tip to do with here is when you're here, after you take care of the 2 gunners and then the 2 skeletons that spawn here, focus the 3 skeletons and the gunner that spawn here before opening this gate. Because these skeletons and that gunner starts a timer for all the other enemies. So killing those guys as fast as possible will make the end of your castle grounds faster.
Alright, welcome to the Ballroom. This is like the main area for Crescendo. You visit this area at least 4 times throughout the entire game. What am I talking about? It is 4 times. So, I wanted to go over just a quick little routing. This is what I always take for, like, speedrunning. So, it's basically just explaining what you should do every time you go into a new level. So, firstly, you're going to be going to Gallery, which is the first section when you enter this room. Next, you'll be going to garden, which is going to be the one after chamber, and after that will be lower sanctum and then boss. I'm just basically going to quickly go over what you need to do. All right, so when you're going to gallery, so this is the route I always take. I always like to run and then immediately just whip up here. If you jump at the right moment, you can actually clear that without clambering, which is actually faster. Then you can make it the pad. Boom. That's the quickest way for gallery. All right, now we're going for Garden of Sorrows. Some people who don't have very fast like glitch running usually would take this route where they whip onto here and then boom, slide to this pad. But it's actually, if you can glitch walk pretty fast, it's actually faster for you to just run straight to pad like that. All right, next will be lower sanctum. So usually on lower sanctum, you should have like a shotgun on your back or a blunderbuss. That's the main term. So usually you would grab this, then you would start running for lower. You would start running towards lower sanctum. So the routing I always take is you want to whip that because it helps you like save a few steps. Then you slide and not let your headset disconnect. I always go for this thing right here, that little rope, and then start booking it towards pad. The only reason I whip that is it helps save like a few steps. And now finally, boss. Boss is actually really easy to do. You basically just gonna whip right here. You're gonna jump over here, whip right there, and then book it to. You can actually do a slightly faster way of getting to pad for boss, and that's where you can actually whip onto here, jump, and boom. That's actually slightly faster. It saves like a second. Compared to the last segment, so Mistake had the segmented for where if you whipped onto there, walk across there and whip and go to pad. Basically, the newer way of just going onto here and then jumping and whipping onto here, it actually saved a full second. So, doing the second way is faster, but it's a little trickier. All right, moving on to gallery. All right, welcome to gallery. So, a thing about gallery, it doesn't have that many skips. Well, at least that many major skips. You can't really skip any of the guys because there's no good way to do that. You can go to the boss room, but it's not gonna spawn in boss. You're gonna still have to defeat all the guys to spawn in boss. So, I'm gonna basically just go over a few skips that are used in different categories, such as Omega, which actually is the only other category that uses a skip, but also duos and trios work with this skip as well.
I'm gonna go over more of a duo/trio route, or I guess solo route. Basically, just the route that doesn't involve really any skips until you get to maid boss. And I'll go over a better smooth turn alternative to getting into the maid boss room, because sometimes the way loading does it doesn't really work with smooth turn, since snap turn acts differently when glitching through walls. So yeah. So as you spawn in, basically, all you're gonna do is, if you're duoing or trioing, don't worry about those guys. But if you're soloing, you know, double whip them, that's it. If you're doing trioing, solo, you know, you have to take care of these guys. So basically, all I do is I just run, slide, turn, and double whip. And then, you know, they dead. And then I just turn around, I jump over this post. And as I'm jumping over, I just whip like that. I just kind of whip. I just use double whips, and I just hit them all. It's the fastest, most consistent way, because then you can instantly turn around and kill the gunner. So yeah, you just fall, go backwards, kill the gunner, and then go forwards and kill everything else. And then when it comes to maid room, the 4 skeletons and the maid, you have to kill all of those guys before any of the other guys will spawn that are on a time-based system. So just keep that in mind, that killing the 4 maids and then having everything else killed before the maid boss room is necessary. Killing this maid, the 4 skeletons, the other skeleton, the 3 skeletons, and then the 4 bats, and then the 2 mates that spawn over there. Those all need to be dead before maid boss can spawn. So, now that all blah 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 has been talked through, I don't know what loading will go over, so I'm just gonna go over it as well. When you're going through this wall to do maid skip, this is the entirety of maid skip. Jump into the coffin to where you're kind of like glitched like this, and then, you know, once you glitch walk through a bit, you can most likely stop holding forward, you know, just jump and then glitch walk. And as you can see, I went instantly through. Hello, loading. As you can see, I went instantly through because I went through this wall. Going through this wall takes you a few. Going through this one is instant. So, go through this one, glitch walk back over here, and then boom, you're outside of bounds. The way I do this next part on smooth turn is I run this way and jump and just keep turning left into the wall. It's the most consistent way, but it's not the fastest way. Because with snap turn, you can get through the wall over here, but as you can see, with smooth turn, it is very, very difficult. So with smooth turn, it's better to get over near this bookshelf, and then you just go right through. So that's kind of all of made. All you need to know. Most of that is solo route. Let me keep that in mind. So yeah.
Alright, so this skip I've used in Omegas and Duos and Trios. This skip actually allows you to go straight to the pad if you want to, or straight down, so you don't have to walk around over there to kill all the guys. You can actually just go straight down and kill all the guys from behind. That sounds so wrong. So basically, how you do this skip is you have to actually run and dash and glitch walk into this wall. So, but if you're on smooth turn, it might be a little more challenging. So I would recommend having like a watch menu or something like that that lags your game, allowing you to pass through this wall a little more easier. So I'm going to put you in my POV. So this is my POV. So what we're going to do is we're going to just run. Whoa. So what we're going to do is just run straight into this wall, dash, and glitch walk. And it should let us out. If it doesn't let you out like that, then just open up like a, let's see, let's do clubs. You can open up clubs, or you can go to profile and outfits. That also works. So those are your choices. So now once you're in here, you're wondering, well, how do I get back in? So if you're doing Omegas and you want to go to pad, go straight over here and right in this little hallway area. This is where pad's going to be on the other side. You're going to be like, well, how am I going to get through? This wall is really thick. You could actually just glitch walk straight to the left, and boom, look at, I barely had to move and it let me through. Then you just glitch walk a little bit, boom, pad, boom, I just touched pad. And the way you get back out is really tricky. You have to actually brute force glitch walk or use lag strat to get out. So basically, like that. It took me a pretty good second to get through. But if you're doing like duos and trios and you want to get back in bounds to help out your teammates, then you'll go right instead of left. So what you're going to do is go in this hallway. And since these walls are close together, it allows you to just, look at that, phase through the wall, no problem. And boom, all the guys will probably spawn back here. Defeat them. You just helped your teammates and you go to the next part and kill these guys early. So yeah, that's a pretty neat trick. I found that out when I was doing Omegas. I was trying to basically just find a good way to get the pad, and I discovered you could just actually phase through that wall, but it's a thick wall, so it is pretty hard. But if you get it down, well, you're gonna definitely save some time. Alright, so that's all the skips for gallery. Now we're gonna move on to skips. Chamber of Knowledge! Alright, welcome to Chamber of Knowledge! Chamber of Knowledge is one of my favorite levels for skips. Oh, sounds like FaZe, let's just open the door. Okay. Chamber of Knowledge has so many skips. I am still trying to perfect this level because I still feel like there's still so many skips you could do on this level. So many skips to improve your time as well. The most recent skip I have found is clipping through the first wall when you start in. This allows you to basically run straight out into the next part and basically skip the entire beginning as well. The old strat required you to glitch walk through this box over here. I'll show you them all in just a second. And then we got the second part where you open the door, which you probably just heard Faceless do. You open the door, you glitch walk out of the wall, and then you basically do another glitch walk. But yeah, Chamber of Knowledge has lots of skips, and it's still being explored. I know there's so much potential for this level, and I'm still finding new skips like almost every day. So I'm going to explain the first part, and I'm going to let Faceless explain the next part. Alright, coming up to the first part. Don't jump. That is the main rule when it comes to this level, is you don't jump at the beginning. If you're doing S+ or glitchless, go ahead. Because you actually need to. But don't jump if you're doing any percent or omegas. So the first skip is going to be all the way over here. I'm going to put you in my POV so we can see. So right over here is the beginning. And we're going to walk. We're not going to jump. We're not going to dash. If you dash while just doing this, it's going to just waste time. So don't do that. Just glitch walk or just walk over to this box. And we're going to just do that. Boom. That was the first part. So now we're going to just glitch walk into this corner right over here. You're going to basically just glitch walk as you normally. And boom. It phases you out easily. I don't know how it does that, but you could just glitch walk straight out. And now your goal is to glitch walk to that wall right over here. So what we're going to do is just glitch walk a little bit. And glitch walk a little bit more. Boom. Now we're in the next part. And we just cleared an entire room without spawning in anything. Alright, so the next skip is the newest skip I've actually found. And it's still being tested because it's kind of hard to pull off. This wall is pretty thick. So you can actually clip out this wall. And once you do, you can jump and you can run as much as you want because it's not going to spawn in anything. I have no idea how that works. So apparently all the triggers for spawning in any enemies in this room, you have to be in the room. If you're out of bounds, it doesn't count. So epic. That's very useful. So what we can do is right at the beginning, we can just go straight to the right as we spawn and clip out this wall. It's that simple. Just clip out that wall. And I'm going to put you in my POV. Alright, so you're in my POV. I'm going to get a clipping strat open. I'm starting to use clubs menu a little more instead of the little outfit menu. The outfit menu lags me a little too much, so I've been using clubs menu once again to clip out. It still works, and it helps me a lot. So what we're going to do is, right as we spawn them right here or here. It doesn't matter. So we're going to go straight to this wall, and we're going to clip out like that. So this wall is decently thick. So sometimes when you do try to do a clipping strat, it won't sometimes let you out. I still struggle with it. I've seen a couple people still struggle with it as well. So just an FYI, it is a pretty tough wall. And then once you've clipped out of here, you're going to walk along here until you get to about this point where you'll see this little pillar. It's kind of hard to see. But there's a pillar right here and a wall right here. The reason why I picked this specific area is, like I said, it has two walls close to each other, and when that's the case, it will allow you to literally just phase through the wall. Watch this. See? That's why I chose this specific area, is because it will let you through very easily. So remember, so that's where we clip through. We run across here, just run straight for a little bit until we see this big ledge. Then we're going to walk to the left, and you can jump. You can jump, and you're just going to go between this pillar and this wall and clip through. So there, that's all the beginning skips.
The first skip I'm going to have us go through is this little secret area right outside. So, you know, blah, blah, blah. You go push this button. You kill these guys. You kill the other set. You walk through here, and this is where the fun part begins. You can really realistically go through, like, any part of this wall. But the best spot is by running and like glitch walking. From what I've tried, it's kind of like this little seam right here. So what I like to do is run, slide. As soon as I hear this slide noise stop working, that's when I stop running. So I run, slide, and then kind of glitch walk in, and you'll eventually be in. Now once you're in, as you can see, like past this bookshelf, you can move. So kind of like somewhat be moving, but also glitch walking. If you get it correct, you can jump and jump instantly into here. But there's also like 3 different ways to do this to go through this wall. Now, I will be going through all the ways. The first way to get through this wall, this is kind of like the easiest and safest one. You kind of just come over to this weird, like, intersection. So you jump up into here. It's best if you kneel and make sure that you're in kind of like near the middle. Because if you're too far into the walls, or if you're too close to like these walls, you'll get pushed through a seam, basically, where you're just bouncing around and you're stuck there, basically, almost, unless you get pushed out of bounds or walk all the way back over here. Push out of bounds, I mean falling down there for like 15 seconds. So, all you do is run up to here and start glitch walking, and eventually you'll get pushed through the ground like this, and then you'll just glitch walk, glitch walk, glitch walk, until you get to kind of like when you're opened here, you will whip, attach that, and, you know, continue on your merry way. But I have 2 other ways to show you to get into this room. Okay, so now the second way, this is the second fastest way. I've had issues with it for some reason, I don't know why. But basically, you're just gonna glitch walk, you'll eventually fall. I fall into this because it feels like it works better, but I don't know. So I just fall into this thing, and then you glitch walk into it, glitch walk into this wall over here, and then just glitch walk and glitch walk and glitch walk until you're through that pillar there, and then you can go ahead, run, kill boss. Now, the very last way is with a little bit of lag strats. So, we come back over here. If you kind of like go into this wall, run, jump, and also use lag strats, you will get pushed. And if you stop turning or moving entirely, you'll get pushed down through the wall. But basically, you kind of just run, jump, lag strats, and yeah. I don't think you can do it in this corner. Kind of like, okay. Ooh, that was scary. Yeah. So you'll get stuck into... What? You kind of like... One way to get it better is by... Okay, I fell on my chair. So one way to do it more consistently is holding your thumbstick more forward, or not more forward, but like keep walking forward until you hit the ground. Once you hit the ground in this wall, you can stop and just glitch walk your way. But as you can see, I was running into the wall. I still fail it sometimes. I don't know why. I got it once though, so that's all that matters.
Okay, so we're back into my POV once again. So now I'm going to go over an Omega trick. So this trick allows you to skip this section and all the enemies by the bookshelf. So basically, if you saw Phaseless, he opened up the bookshelf so he can clip through the wall and get to boss. We're going to basically do a strat that allows you to skip that entire section. The reason it's not seen in any percent, it's because it's actually slower. Mainly because you're very high up and it takes a little longer to fall. Plus, it's a little harder. It's a little longer to do this skip than just taking the normal route. So that's why this is seen in Omegas pretty much only. So what we're going to do is walk over to this area once again. We're going to clip out. And then instead of going to the brick wall, we're going to go to this edge right here. And then once you see yourself, so what you're going to do is like, once you get to this edge, you're going to want to try and move yourself. So if you see yourself moving like this, good. You need that. So you're going to walk in until you see a stop. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to walk and keep walking. You're going to do some clamber jumping. So basically what I'm doing is I am moving. So basically what I'm doing is I'm walking into the wall, I let go of my joystick and press jump, and then walk into the wall again. Basically, this allows you to scale a wall. I don't know how it specifically works in this area, but it works, and that's all that matters. So what you're going to do is just walk into the wall, let go, click jump right away, and then walk into the wall again. And you're going to repeat that until you're all the way up. Sometimes you will get stuck like what you saw me do right there. But you just probably have to glitch walk a little bit or something like that. You know, it'll get you unstuck. This trick is decently difficult to pull off, but with enough practice, I guarantee people can do it. And now we need to get to the roof, like right up here. So how do we do that? We got to clamber onto there. We can't do it from down here. We're too small, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, you can. That would have definitely helped my Omega run. All right, so now that we're on the roof, we're going to just So we're not going to walk over here or anywhere over there. We have to make sure we hug the left side. If we don't, well, we're going to spawn in all the guys that we don't want to spawn in. We're trying to skip those guys because there's no Omega run. So we're going to run all the way and just keep hugging the left side. You can go at a little angle right here because otherwise you're not going to make this jump. And then boom, that's the area where we want to be. Boom. So now we're over here. I'm pretty sure Faceless already showed you guys this, so you could just either do this skip or this skip. Boom. We're in this area. You can go to boss now. Alright, so that's Chamber of Knowledge. Now we're going to move on to Garden of Sorrows, another favorite level of mine with tons of skips as well. Alright, welcome to Garden of Sorrows. Garden of Sorrows got quite a few skips, and quite a few skips for S Plus as well. And there is one for Omega, and it's also very useful if you want to like play the game safe. I will go over pretty much all the skips that's known in this level, and Faceless will explain some of the other skips as well. But I really want to go over some very like useful skips for S Plus, Omegas, and any percent in general. So starting off, we got the infamous tree skip. All right, so I'm in my POV again. So the infamous tree skip. If you're like a Crescendo veteran or anything like that, and you speed ran Crescendo for a while, you know this skip. But if not, I'm gonna go over it. So basically, 3 skeletons are gonna spawn here, and then 2 bellhoppers right over there. We defeated them because we don't want to deal with them. So once you do that, do not cross that bridge, because that will spawn in everything, and we don't want that. We're trying to skip that. So what you're gonna do is right after these guys are dead, we're gonna climb this rock. It doesn't have to be that one. It could be this one. It doesn't matter. But once you do that, you're going to get up here in this bush. And you're going to go into this corner right here. So as you can see, there's a corner right here. So there's a wall right here and a wall right here. That's good because now we can do tree skip. I don't know what specifically it's called. I think it's called like wall clambering or I don't know, scaling a wall or something. But basically, I showed you it in the Omega trick in Chamber. So there's 2 ways of going about it. There's the easy way and there's the hard way. The hard way is more consistent. The easier way is just easier. The easier way is to literally be facing left. So if you were climbing up here to do the skip, you turn left to do it. The reason why this is easier is because you can literally walk into the corner and spam the jump button like this. But make sure you adjust your head whenever you're doing it. Don't adjust your joystick. Adjust your head and do it slowly. If you do it fast, you'll mess it up. But as you can see, I'm just holding down the joystick and it's just still holding me against the wall. And I was just spamming the jump button and boom, now I'm up. Okay, so now that I went over the easy way of doing the skip, now it's more the harder way. So now let's go over the harder way. The harder way is timing your jumps. So basically, I told you the easy way where you can just literally hold the joystick and just spam jump. The harder way is more consistent and allows you to go over the tree faster. People do argue it's just the same speed and stuff like that, but it's actually more consistent. That's why I like using it. And I'm pretty sure that's why Mistake also liked using it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to jump on here, time your jumps. So you're going to basically hold down on the joystick, let go jump, and you keep doing that until eventually you're up here. Now, this is where it gets tricky because you can't see anything. You don't even know what you're walking on. So right as you get up, so I was facing this way when I got up. I'm going to walk slightly to the left. What I like to do is to basically stay to the left of this tree. Like I said, this part's pretty tricky. I'm having a hard time trying to explain it. So what we're going to do is right as we get up. So we were facing this way and we just got up. And we barely have moved. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk a little bit and jump. So basically, where we're going to jump is following this tree right here. The reason why I'm following this tree is because it actually guides you in the direction you want to go, so you don't soft lock yourself. So follow that tree. Boom. All right, now we can walk anywhere. Just don't walk too far to the left because you will fall. And do not walk too far to the right because you will fall and soft lock yourself. So now that we're up here, well, what do we do now? Well, we're going to walk along this fence. We're going to just keep walking. Keep walking. Boom, we hit a wall. So the reason why I didn't have you walk too far to the left is because there is a gap right there. And we're going to need to clear that gap in order to keep progressing through the skip. If you don't clear that gap, you'll soft lock the game again. There's many soft locks on this level. So this is basically a scary death trap level. If you do anything wrong, you're basically screwed. And what we're going to do is we're going to go against the wall. Just keep walking a little bit until, boom. We can walk over here. Do not walk too far. And do not keep walking because you're going to have to jump. There is a gap. It is very hard to tell where it is because you can't see it. You're basically walking on an invisible collision. But once you've walked across this wall and you can now walk through here, what you're going to do is just... Here, let me get a good mark. So probably where this wall ends, just a tiny bit further, jump. Okay, so we just cleared the gap, thankfully. So no soft locking. So once you've done that, you could just walk straight in here. There's a wall right here. And you walk straight to the right. So you're going to just walk through this little castle. Boom. Now we're on the final part. And you can walk over here. So moving on.
This is the Garnisaros teleport skip, wall skip. This is another Garnisaros skip for if you're on teleport or walk mode and don't want to wait on your friends. It's fairly simple. There's two parts. There's getting into the room that's over there and then getting into the boss arena. There's two steps to it. So first, you want to teleport to the edge of this hedge. Teleport to the edge of this hedge or just walk here and then just glitch walk into the wall. You will fall straight through it and boom, you are out of bounds. Next, all you really want to do is just glitch walk very far in somewhat a straight line. Because if you're too close over there, you're just going to get pushed inbounds and through the floor. So kind of around here-ish, when the hill goes inwards, I would go in. When the hill's past this rock with the pumpkin on its head, and then see you'll get pushed inbounds. Eventually, you'll be able to, the black markings will go away or whatever you want to call them. Then it's just a pinch climb jump. Not like the pinch climb tree skip. It's Act 5 golden walk mode skip. That type of pinch climb. Next is this. Getting into the room. These guys won't spawn, from what I've been told. But you don't have to worry about them. So all you gotta do is glitch walk into, past the iron bars here. And then just glitch walk into this corner. To, yeah, just that. Just kind of glitch walk into that corner. And then you'll just get pushed through. And then eventually, boom, you're in. And, yeah, you can spawn the enemies. I'm not going to, because I don't feel like it.
Alright, now that we've gone over the infamous tree skip and teleport way of doing it, I'm going to teach you the Omega routing, which basically allows you to skip every single guy that spawns over here. So basically you won't have to deal with any of them. But you got to make sure you follow it precisely, so otherwise they will spawn. I shouldn't say it's really Omega. It's also a safer route. So if you feel like you're going to lose the run due to those guys, then I guess just take this route. There's not too many, so I feel like it shouldn't be an issue. But use this if you need to. So the way the skips work, so this is where you spawn. You're going to run straight in between this bush and this corner right here. And just start glitch walking. Boom. You phase through so easily. I don't know how it works. So just start glitch walking all the way down to right about here. Just make sure you don't glitch walk too far, because if you fall in there, it could teleport you back, which will kind of suck. So just make sure when you're coming back inbounds, you're just aware of what you're supposed to do. So now the routing for this, you're going to basically just hug against this wall and just run. I always like to basically stay in line with the bridge, because if you walk too far to the left, you'll spawn in all those guys and the bellhoppers over here. That's not what we want. So stay along the bridge, jump up here, and then you can just jump over this rock, gravestone, and boom. Now you can do the tree skip, and none of those guys spawn. Whoop-de-doo.
And then another part to the skip is getting back in there for S+. All you have to do is come to this corner and then glitch walk into, this pillar here. And then you'll get pushed out on the bricks. And then boom, you're back over here. ready to do kill all these enemies when you're doing S+. That's about it for Garden of Sorrows for me.
Alright, now that Garden of Sorrows is done, let's go over to Inverted Ballroom. So welcome to Inverted. Inverted had some of the trickiest skips. Basically, Chandelier skip used to be the main one. It cleared out, skipped pretty much the whole beginning part and just went straight to the end. But I don't want to show that skip because it's kind of tedious, it's kind of annoying, and it's kind of hard to pull off first try. So I'm going to be going over the newest one. And this one is a little more chaotic, but it's really fast. I'm serious. It's faster than teleport, and I'm not playing around. I've timed them both. So this skip will allow you to go straight into boss room, but you will have to come back to defeat all these guys. If you don't, then the door will still stay locked, and you'll have to find a way. You won't have to find a way. You'll just be stuck. So both of these skips I'm about to show is how you can get in and how you can get out. All right, so we're on my POV. So right around there, I'm going to just actually show you right now. So over here, this is where you're going to start. You're going to come around here, and you're going to skip everything. Just run as fast as you possibly can. If you feel like you're going to die, kill him. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up to this curtain, right? What I used to do is just go straight up to the wall and just glitch walk, which still works. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to come up the wall, you're going to crouch down in real life. The reason why is because when you glitch walk into this wall, you end up actually bringing yourself into the floor. So if you bring yourself lower to the floor, the faster you'll go through the wall. You want to get under this wall and into the next room. So basically, the way you know you've cleared this wall is once you start seeing like this little empty room. I'll show you it right now. So once you're in here, boom. So this room is where you want to be. If you're not in this room, then you're probably stuck somewhere else and you probably need to retry the skip. So once you're into this room, you're going to come up to this little corner over here. This corner has like a tiny gap you can go into. So what you're going to do is lean into the wall and start glitch walking. And now I'm in this little corner. And then just glitch walk a little more. Now I'm in the spikes. And if you glitch walk a little further, whip to this post. And boom, now you're in here. All right, so now you're all probably wondering, all these guys are spawning. How do I get them? So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna come up to the invisible collision right here. So I can't get through. You're gonna glitch walk into the spikes. See, it's not teleporting me back. I don't know how it works, but it doesn't. And then you're gonna start glitch walking straight forward towards the gate until eventually you're back into the first part. So yeah, this skip is pretty fast. So the faster and more efficient way I've found. So you can either do the trick where I showed you, where you just kneel to the ground and just glitch walk and go under. But the faster way I found is you can actually just go into this curtain, and now you see the corner. If you glitch walk into the correct spot, you can actually just phase straight through instead of having to go under. So if you phase straight through, you'll be able to just go straight into the room instead of just going under it into the room. And it allows you to just go immediately to the next part. So if you glitch walk precisely, it'll just basically throw you into the next room. Now I did go under a little bit, but then eventually I did. Alright, so that was Inverted. Let's move on to the second to last level, Lower Sanctum. Alright, welcome to Lower Sanctum. The reason why I'm here right now is because I'm explaining a skip right now, but I'm going to have Fazeless explain the main skip, which you get to boss right away. But for now, I'm going to just show you a glitchless route that's actually slightly faster for this part at least. But I'm going to have Faceless explain dog skip.
Sorry for the bad lighting and what's happening. I can't see anything except through the streamer cam, so it's kind of scuffed. But so basically, I'm gonna give off a short tutorial about triple shotgun real quick. So basically, you should have at least 2 shotguns when entering into this area. Okay, that's interesting. When entering here, you should have 2 because there's a third one right here. So yeah. So basically, all it is, it's the same thing as triple shotting within Jumbotron. You just have to, you will shoot 2, switch to the one on your back, shoot this, switch to the other one, shoot the 2, switch to one on your back, shoot that one, switch to the other 2, blah, blah, blah. Now, also aim for Dog Boss head, aim for his head. He has a head hitbox that doubles his damage, or a certain amount of damage. It multiplies the damage. So you can kill him 1 to 2 shots faster, if you do it properly. So, just keep that in mind. So basically, all you're gonna do here is run, jump, and glitch walk through that corner. I'm looking through streamer cam as well, thanks to Steam VR review. Or Steam VR, like that option where it has the 4 diagonals. So I'm also seeing through, so what you're seeing is what I'm seeing, so that's kind of weird. But, basically, as you can see here, I'm going to run, jump, and glitch walk out this way. So run, jump, glitch walk out. I am through the wall. If you look down there, that's all the traps that loading set off because he's going through all of that. So, as you can see from what I see, Dog Boss is down there. Now keep in mind, you won't, you know, be able to see this well. This is just with streamer cam. I disabled it since I can see enough now. So once you're outside of the wall, you're just gonna run, jump out, kind of make sure you don't die. Hit his head. Hit his head. You can't hit us. Oh, that got close. But you cannot hit his head through the dog. So that's something to keep in mind. But as long as you're hitting that head with all the shots, it will do a ton of damage.
Alright, so now that Faceless explained dog skip, I'm gonna be showing you a jump. A pretty big jump. Now in comparison to Act 7 skip for Golden Trophy, if you don't know what an advanced Act 7 skip is, it's basically one big jump. This skip is slightly smaller and a little bit easier to do, but it's pretty fun. So here's where you do it. So we're gonna, so right where this first laser trap is, it's gonna be to the left of the streamer cam, I'm guessing? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just left. So, to the left, we're going to be heading over here. I'm going to put you in my POV now. Alright, so now we're in my POV. So, there's the streamer cam. We're going to head over to this area where that laser trap was. And, do you see these 3 axes right here? I know you saw that one. We're going to basically be jumping straight away from all of them. So, basically to this little ledge. I don't know how I'm going to be able to show you this little ledge. That edge right there. We're going to be jumping to that. And this will allow you to just skip. This will allow you to skip all the laser traps and not have to deal with them. So, what you do is... boom! I just made a huge gap. And Faceless died. Oh, there he is. So that basically just skipped all of those, and now you can basically go to pad faster. Alright, thank you all. I don't have you mute. Whatever. Alright, thank you all for watching the tutorial video. I hope you found this useful and helpful, and I hope you guys now start speedrunning Crescendo like I do. And Faceless kinda does. So, I know there's probably a lot more skips I could probably go over and stuff like that, but I really don't have the time for that, and this video is probably really long already. So I hope this tutorial video is useful, and I hope you guys use it in the later future.
Press the start button on the scoreboard to play.
Shut the fuck. All right, well, that's all I have to say. Do you have anything you want to say, Faceless? All right, thank you all for watching the tutorial video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.